Hey, do you want to make a movie?
Yes, please. What do you want the movie to be about?
Well, I thought we could just go around and visit some small towns and villages in rural France, and we just meet people there, and you could take some pictures and print them on the walls, and we could listen to some stories and go around just meeting people, basically. And then we can make a movie about that. Well, a documentary movie.
Okay.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, Nick here, and welcome to this very special review for the film Faces, Places, or given its official name, Visages Villages, which is its French name, because this is a French documentary by Agnes Vardre, and also, who is a French film director and French film photographer and picture plaster, JR. So the two are going, they're pretty much fans of each other, so they decide to make a documentary of them going around French small towns and villages, taking pictures and putting up pictures of people up on the walls. And so that's basically the plot. It's not really a plot, it's a documentary. And it's just showing the two going around, meeting people, taking pictures, putting some up. Either some of the ones they've taken or some of the ones that they have in the archives, like one of Agnes's friends gets a plaster on a rock in Normandy. Not a rock, a fallen down German fort, which is sadly then washed away by the sea the next day, but that's the sea for you, and they kind of thought that might happen. That's why they wanted to get it done quickly. We get brilliant moments of the two just going to many places, meeting many people. At one point they visit a mining town, where there's still one resident living in a street of flat houses that's due for demolition, so they could put the pictures up there. They go to a farm where they put pictures up, a picture of the farmer on his barn. They go to a village where they do lots of pictures, including including a restaurant waitress. There's one point where they're in a bit of a small town and they need a was it warrant or license or something? They need something to was it a visa? They need something to be allowed to have the scaffolding to put up. And also visiting the countryside. It's very nice and it all looks very cool. And the first bit with them just saying we didn't meet here and there was very well done. That looked really good, almost like out of an actual story. And also they go and they visit the goats, some goat farms, and also try and visit a friend of Agnes, but he's not there. And then they visit JR's grandmother and lots of other people all across the journey, across the 89-minute film, minus the bits for credits at the start and end, which are animated and they look pretty good, especially at the end. Start not so much, but the end looks really good. The chemistry between Agnes and JR is brilliant, and they get on really well, apart from a few times where they do fight, like I think about an hour, just before we get to the hour mark, they have a bit of an argument, but they kind of get over it. And it seems like they're all having a lot of fun, and they're having a great time with each other, exploring these places, taking pictures, putting up other pictures, and it just works really well. And the van is a great van. JR definitely knows what he's doing, as does his plaster team when they come down to help. I do have to mention, for those who speak English, there are subtitles. So this film is in French, and you have to watch with subtitles, so you're having to read the subtitles. So when it comes to when you're listening to it, you're really just listening to them speaking their language, as well as also the music and the background sounds. And this is so for those who don't speak French, you're going to have to rely on the visuals quite a bit more than the audio. I think that's going to be the same for other foreign films outside of those ones that don't speak English or don't have an English dub. You're going to have to rely on subtitles quite easily. So those are more visual-based ones. But it still works, and it was still a really good film. And Agnes definitely knows what she's doing, being now she's 90. When she was making the film, she was in her late 80s. And JR, his early to mid 30s, now he's about 35. So they definitely know what they're doing, especially Agnes, who's been in the business for a long time, done photographing and movie making quite a lot, and yeah, it's a really great film. So, Faces, Places, or Visages Villages it's a really great film, and I thought it was very nicely done. It's kind of very heartfelt. I did kind of squirm my seat a little bit, but that's just because that's just me. It's just a little bit restless. I get that at some points in other movies as well, so it's not the only one, don't worry. So it's still a great film, and I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. How good it looks. The cinematography is great. The team should commend themselves, along with Agnes and JR, for the direction and execution. It just looks really good, and it's just handled brilliantly. So that's Faces, Places. If it's still on, because I saw this at the Cambridge Arts Theatre, I think there's only a few days left of it though. I think it ends at end of September. In fact, it might even be gone. But if it's still out, I urge you to check it out. And if you can find it elsewhere, definitely do. It's a great documentary, and yeah, I mean, it is a bit of a slow pacer. It does take its time, but it's only 90 minutes, so it's not a complete drag. It may feel like a drag for some people, but it won't be a complete drag. It's just very slow paced. I think that's my only kind of criticism. It's a bit draggy, it's a bit long, but there's several nice little stories to fill it out, so that's nice. Also, the fact that it was, for me personally, I had to read the subtitles, but that's just me. That doesn't detract from the film. Of course, a French film would be made in French, wouldn't it? Just like how a German film would be in German. So, that's Faces, Places, or Villages. Visages Villages. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh yes, and this is counting as a 2018 film because I saw it at the Cambridge Arts Picture House, the cinema. So, yes, it counts as a film that I saw in 2018 on the big screen. So, yeah, especially as it's only a 2017 film, so this counts. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Nicholas Payne YouTube channel. And